Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Jeremy here with Consciousness Awake. Hope everyone's having a positive day. If you're not having a positive day, I hope my video helps you relax your mind and, lower your stress and all that kind of stuff. In this video, something that I've had on my mind for like a few months is, there's a lot of people in the astral projection community, or, there's the OBE field, astral projection community, whatever you want to call it. I'm just putting my phone on mute. 1 second. So there's a lot of people in the community that feel that mirrors, using reflective surfaces or mirrors themselves as portals, or using them during an out-of-body experience or astral projection experience is a bad thing. A lot of people don't recommend using mirrors or what we would define as reflective surfaces, like glass, a window, a mirror. I agree with that. If one person is not experienced enough with their OBEs, they can get themselves into some trouble with projecting through mirrors while they're out of their body. But at the same time, though, after having all of my own experiences, I've come to realize that, within ourselves, within our own consciousness, we do have the power and ability to control and manipulate and modulate, so to speak, things in that more of that mental plane. In these non-physical spaces, these other planes of less density of matter, where the mind, where consciousness can, create more in a mental plane, right? You can basically program or have whatever intention you want when it comes to utilizing, especially mirrors, as portals to go into different realms, different realities, different timelines, whatever it is that you're trying to do individually, because we all have our own, our own journeys, so to speak. There's millions of people on their spiritual journey, their evolution of consciousness, and everyone's not exactly the same, right? Everyone's path is not exactly the same with one another's. And that's what we have to also realize and remember too. All we can do is just, maybe learn a little bit from each other, that kind of thing. Because that collective consciousness, the collective perspective, is also a very important thing too, to me, and it should be for everybody else too, especially if they're on that spiritual pathway of evolving and exploring their capabilities and the abilities within consciousness itself. So anyways, so mirrors. So yes, mirrors, if you are confident and if you are fearless, meaning that when you're getting out of your body, you're not getting manipulated by yourself, by your own fear. Okay, so this whole thing of the fear, everyone goes through that process when it comes to out-of-body exploration, consciousness exploration. It's like a barrier. Almost everybody. I mean, I don't, including me and everyone I know personally on a personal level, there was some kind of barrier of fear that we kind of like go through and we get through. And then once we realize how we can control things in the non-physical physical dimensions through our consciousness and intentions and thoughts and emotions and mind and all that kind of stuff. Once we like experience that a few times, we realize how there is no reason to have any fear. That it's just the transitional aspects, or the process of the astral projection, or the consciousness shifting in different frequency, and all the anomalies and crazy vibrations and noises and all the things that come about with that in the early process of getting out of body, which just creates fear and anxiety in general. But anyways, so with mirrors, my point being here with this video is that you need to designate with your own personal intention, personal ritualization, through your own consciousness, a designated mirror, and then you can decorate that mirror, and you can add a symbol to it, or whatever your spirit name, soul name, all this stuff. Like, you can make this mirror essentially your own portal, and you can do this. I have firsthand experimented over the years, and also am fully aware and confident in what I'm saying, that you can personalize your mirror as the portal, the way you want to, the way you desire to make it for yourself. Okay, and it works very well. And you put it in your room, somewhere where you sleep or meditate, or basically, like, let's say in a bedroom or something, behind your bed or in front of your bed on a wall, or sometimes some of my friends have it actually a mirror portal just hanging on the ceiling. That way, when they're getting out of body and they're just levitating straight up, they're just levitating right into it. But you don't have to do that. I mean, it can just be on the walls or a certain designated area. Also, what I've found with astral projection is, yes, it's hard to get in the habit and achieve out of bodies at first, and when you're starting with all this stuff, I know it's very difficult. But you know how sometimes people say, don't do the same thing over and over again unless you're getting success at something, right? Because if you're doing something over and over again, not getting success, is a definition of insanity, right? But with astral projection, it's the same analogy, but just reversed a little bit, where you are doing the same thing over and over again, very consistently, ritualistically doing the same process over and over again, but it just takes that extra time. It just takes that extra energy and focus and mental energy and time and intentions and everything you're putting into it. It just takes more time. So even though you may feel like you're failing at some point by doing something the same way each time, like the way you do a meditative process or breathing exercise, or just the whole process within itself, you're repeating it, being consistent with yourself, ritualistically, with what makes you feel comfortable and good. But just because you don't get the success or the results immediately or within a month or two, just don't think about that. You have to keep doing it over and over again. And you're training yourself that way. You're training your consciousness to be trained a certain way to do something systematically, with a certain structure. And it's just what it is. You got to put time and energy and work into it. And when you do, yes, you have more intentional OBEs, more intentional out-of-body experiences, because you're just focused on it. But you also increase spontaneous sleep paralysis episodes, and spontaneous out-of-body experiences, and spontaneous lucid dreaming while you're in the dream state. Your consciousness is waking up, in all these different levels. We have all these different ways to explore consciousness in different realms. So it's not just one realm. There's multiple realms, and we can explore in all of them. All right, I'm at 10 minutes, guys. I've promised myself to not go past 10 minutes anymore. Not ramble. Okay, so anyways, peace, guys. Talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.